All right.
All right, it says we're live.
And we are live. We could do a radio voice, but I don't think that
Okay.
would go down well. Um, I don't see anyone viewing, but that could be wrong. But we'll assume the world's watching.
Well, it's 101, so people aren't late to these things. So, uh, so if anyone is watching, I'm Amit. I'm a teacher at Mayfield right now, and I've been using Google Apps for Education for the last couple of years in my classes. I really, really like it. It's allowed me to go paperless in my classes, and today we're just going to show you some of the cool things you can do with Drive. So hopefully you get something out of it.
Awesome. Oh, I see. Oh, 1 viewer to 0 viewers.
Oh, it must have been something I said.
We're losing them as we speak. Our huge audience is losing. They're jumping onto Netflix. Oh, Netflix.
It is a hard competition today.
So I'm Jay Roche, or Jason Roche. If I'm in trouble, you call me Jason. I'm an instructional technology resource teacher with Peel up in the north. There's nothing much else to know about me other than that. You can follow along. We're going to go through Drive. Again, pretty useful tool. As I call it, it's kind of the heart of Google Apps. Everything kind of connects to that, and without that, nothing else really runs. So you kind of need to know a little bit of Drive and stuff. For those who are joining us, if you click on the grid, which is in the top, the matrix, the waffle, whatever you want to call it, you'll see there's 2 apps. One is a Q&A app where you can post questions if you don't want to post to Twitter. And one is the Showcase app. The Showcase app, I've put in a variety of resources for Google Drive if you want to check any of those out if you're looking for extra information, extra resources. Links to both Amit and my Twitter pages if you want to tweet us directly. Have any questions, feel free. And otherwise, we're just going to go with this and see. Sounds good?
Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
All right. So yeah, so we're going to talk about Google Drive today. Again, it's one of those new tools that we have available to us in Peel. It's not a new tool. It's just one of those new tools that we have our own Peel environment for. It is, again, the heart of Google. It's something that you kind of need to know a little bit if you're going to use all the other tools of what we call GAF, or Google Apps for Education. I'm going to do a quick screen share just to show what it looks like and everything. So in the Google Apps for Education environment of Drive, pull that up. You have your Google Drive. This has what they call unlimited, or otherwise known as 2 petabytes of storage. You can do the math on that one. It's a great place to store all your resources that you need to. It's managed just like you are probably familiar with Windows Explorer, file folders and files. You have the ability to access and create new files, upload folders, new file folders, connect lots of different apps, so you don't have to sign in all the time to various apps. You can just go through your Drive and connect very instantly. You have the ability to upload files and documents from other apps, maybe on your iPad or on your computer, into the Drive. It makes it very, very easy, and is, again, the useful tool when you're using GAF. There's a few things that we're going to kind of touch upon, and Amit, if I'm missing anything, you make sure you correct me.
Yeah, will do.
But the big thing is to access your Drive. It's through your grid. My grid might look a little bit different. The Google Drive icon is something that you're going to want to click on. When you access that, you're taken right into your Google Drive. The one thing that you want to know right away is that you have the Peel logo right there. This is a good indicator of whether or not you are in your Peel Google Drive or your personal Google Drive. If this says Google, then you're not in your personal Google Drive. You're in your Peel one. You can always check your profile by clicking on your little face over here, or whatever your profile pic is. The layout on the left side, you have your quick access to your folders, files and folders that are shared with you, which we'll talk about in a bit. Google Photos, this could revolutionize your personal photos, maybe not uploaded to this Google Drive, but your personal Google Drive. It'd free up a lot of space on your iPhone or whatever your Android device. Recent files that you can access quickly, favorites, and then your trash. On the right or nav bar, you can change the view of your file folder. So sometimes you don't have to open the file to kind of see what's inside of it. Change obviously the order of your files, information about individual files and folders, and the last one is your settings cog, which is really, really useful if you are about to upload a large quantity of files to your Google Drive. Most likely you have these files on USB drives or on the Peel network maybe. So one of the tricks that I would say right away is under settings, you can see how much storage you are currently using. And this little line here, convert uploads. If you click this box, convert uploaded files to Google Docs editor format, and you drag files and folders into Google Docs, it will automatically convert files into Google Docs format, which then allows you to edit them right in your Google Drive. So quick overview. Again, if you have any questions regarding Drive, anything specific, tweet us, post it to the event page, use the Q&A app if you want to.
Okay. Well, one of the things that now we've gone over the basics that I thought I would share is the ability, as I said before, to go paperless in your classes. So again, I can do a bit of a screen share here. Hopefully this works out. And here. Oh, I think I just broke the matrix.
That's mine.
Okay, so now I think you can see my screen. There we go. So mine looks a little bit like this. Again, you can color code your folders if you'd like. But what I've done with my classes is I set up a class folder with each of them, and I'm able to share all of the resources that I have. So for example, this is my media studies class for 2016. So this is the class folder. And when you set up a folder, an easy way to share it is when you right click on it, it gives the option to share. So when you click on share, you can share it with individual students, you can share it with teachers, but you can share it with an entire class if you know your school code. So for myself, I put it in S2452, which is the school code for Mayfield. And I would just type in ENG, and let's say it was 3UOL. All of the different courses will come up. Now, before you go ahead and share it, you do want to change it to can view, because if you put can edit, then students can edit all the stuff that you put in there. And once you click send, then it will share it with that particular class, which is what I've done with my EMS class. And anytime you add anything to any of these folders, the kids get a copy of it in their drive. If you make any changes to anything that's in the folder, then again, the same thing happens to all the documents in their folders as well. So it's really great to be able to do that. And the students really like having it not only on their phones, but on their home computers, wherever they are, wherever they have an internet connection. So sharing folders is really, really quite helpful.
Awesome. So there's a few questions people are posing. One of the things is just getting actually connected with your Google accounts. Log in with your Peel Google account is your P number. Some people call it poo number. That's just dirty. Your P number at pdsb.net. And then it's your password that you use to log into your email and the Peel network and all of that. And that will get you right into your Peel Google accounts.
Sorry, Jay, also if they want to know, they can send me a message on Twitter, whoever's asking. I've got a screen share that I can send to you, and it just sort of walks you through the steps. So just send me a message, either direct message or just mention me in Twitter, and I can send you that link too.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, and some people are, it seems, if they have their own personal drive, can they link your Peel drive to your personal drive? So I guess we can address this one first. So linking your Peel drive to your personal drive, it's a matter of sharing. It can be done one of two ways, really. You can share your personal files with your Peel account or file folders, just like you would share it with anyone else. So it's basically you're sharing it with yourself, which is kind of weird, but you can do it. And you therefore have access to your personal files in your personal Google Drive. I know it's a bit confusing. But one of the things that you have the opportunity to do is share your files and folders with people outside of the Peel Google environment. To do that, you have to log a heat call or heat web to ask for that. Something you may be comfortable with, something you may not, but it is an option, and that's how you can share your Peel Google Drive with your personal Google Drive, and therefore have the best of both worlds in that respect. Otherwise, option number two is you're basically going to go into your personal Google Drive, download all your files that you want onto your computer, and then re-upload them into your Peel Google Drive once you've logged in. So it's whatever you would prefer regarding having access to those. Amit, do you have a way that you go about that when you're managing your personal versus your Peel?
No, I tend to sort of keep them separate mostly. I haven't really linked a lot, and actually I put most of the stuff because of the storage on to the Peel one as well. And just taking a look over at Twitter here, Jonathan So also shared some resources that he's put together. So people who are following along, if you check for the hashtag Peel21st, then you'll see some of the stuff that he shared out there, and it's some good stuff too.
Awesome. So hopefully we answer that question. And just going back, just in case anyone has missed it, if you're in your personal Google Drive, and maybe I'll show that really quickly. So I'm just going to screen share for a second here. So if I go into, I'm just going to go into my own personal drive. If I'm in my own personal Google Drive, you'll notice again that Google is front and center, not Peel. If I want to switch over, again, it's this account, this little picture up here is your account. You can add an account if you haven't already. So you add an account, okay, and then you can type in your P number at pdsb.net. And then you'll take you to the if you're on your personal computer, it'll take you to the BYOD screen where you log in once more. Once you've done that the first time, you don't need to do it again. And your password, again, is your same password you use for email and that. Once you've done that, you therefore have your account already attached to it. Sorry, I'm hoping is this showing on? Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Oh, that's good to know from John.
Yes, I was showing Amit's face instead of my screen.
Hi.
So again, if you go and you add an account, you can type in your personal P number at pdsb.net, log in. And once you've added that, you can easily jump between accounts. So there's my personal, there's my Peel one, and then I can easily access, and there's the BYOD screen again. And then I'm into my Peel Google Drive. As you can see now, the difference between personal, there's the Google, and Peel, there's the Peel, and therefore I have access to all my files and folders. And yeah, I kind of keep it separate as well. It just is less confusing. It makes it easier to share with your students and other colleagues and that, so it's something to consider. And the other part, I guess one of the things that we should have prefaced with all this, try to use Chrome. I know that's maybe different for a lot of people, but Google stuff works best on Google stuff. So Google Drive on Chrome is probably your best bet. You might run into problems with Internet Explorer. Firefox seems to be pretty good, but just typically you try and use Google Chrome. And one of the nice features with Chrome, if you're using it on your personal device, you can actually sign right into Chrome, and makes it much, much easier to jump between people, and therefore you can do that.
Yeah, and again, Lori, if you've got questions, feel free to either just send me an email or anything on Twitter, and I can send you that link as well. if the screen wasn't sharing properly there. The other good thing about using Chrome, as Jason was saying, is that if you have certain things that you want to save, certain bookmarks or certain setups or certain Chrome extensions, if you've got it saved in your Chrome environment, whatever computer you log into, if you're logged into Chrome, it brings all of them back up. So whereas Explorer, you've got to add it to each new computer that you're using. So it's another good reason to use Chrome.
Yeah, friends don't let friends use Internet Explorer.
That's right.
All right, next question. Do all of my students use or have a Google Drive? Yes, every single user in Peel has a Google Drive. It's the same login that we just went through for ourselves for them. So it's their student number at pdsb.net, and then the password they use to log into the school computers. And they have the same apps available to them that we do regarding the GAF environment. Some of the things, due to security reasons and things, they may not have full access to, but they basically have access to everything that we need them to have access to. Drive, docs, sheets, slides, classroom, so on and so forth. So yeah, it's just a matter of student number at pdsb.net, and I'll post that in the showcase, a link to a video on how to log into GAF, if that helps everyone.
That's right. And it's also just important to note too, and I think Jim will probably talk about this with Classroom, is that you can only access Google Classroom using your PDSB account. You can't use your personal one. It has to be an education account in order to get into that. But I think Jim will probably talk about that in a different session.
Yeah. So yeah, for those who are unaware, we're just covering Drive right now for the first 30 minutes, and then Susan Campo and Tracy Cook will be covering Docs. At 2 is Tina and Jonathan covering Forms, and Graham Wisen. And then at 2:30, Jim is covering Google Classroom. And you'll start to see as we go through this how each app kind of talks to and works well with one another. It's part of a larger environment, and they all kind of work together. So yeah, so we'll do that. So the next question, sharing docs with students, is there an option to create an editable doc with each student, like the make a copy option in Classroom? All right, I'll show a quick little thing on sharing and the copy option, and also anything else that we might need to cover. Amit can definitely experiences a lot with his students in his classroom, so he can definitely do this as well, and share tips that he's found works well. So I'll kind of cover the sharing options with regards to Drive, and then Amit, you can, if you want, you can speak to kind of how you manage that with your students.
Sure.
If that works. Cool. Mm-hmm. All right. So let me just go to share. All right. So with regards to sharing, whenever you select a file or a file folder, you always have the option to share this out. So I'm just going to choose a sample document, for example, Canifax. Here we go. So sharing, you have 2 options in your nav bar when you select a document. If I select off that document, you see those go away here. So when I select a document, the first one that comes up is getting the link. So this will give you the link that is the default share setting for that file. And you can see the descriptors there. Anyone at Peel can view the file who has the link, and anyone, and therefore if I share this link with anyone, they can see that file. That's a quick little grab of the link. So if you're in the classroom doing it really quickly, great little quick link. Otherwise, this opens up your full share settings. We're going to click on that little person. And you can see how you have link sharing and people. So link sharing, again, you have the link that you can send out. So think of it in terms of the link. If the people are more familiar with accessing email via their corporate email, then you may want to take the link and send it out via their email. But if they're familiar with Google Drive and on the GAF environment already, then you can easily invite their names. Really, you can go with last name and And I probably spelled your name
No,
wrong.
you didn't. No, it's just you may have to put in just Amit or Mr. Yeah.
And of course, it's not going to work.
No, that's okay.
So we'll go with, if you type in Mayfield, you get everyone who has Mayfield, Miss Roy, Miss Me, so on and so forth. So you can, but and I'll just do myself too for an example. Their email within the GAF environment is their P number at pdsb.net or the student number at pdsb.net. To share with individuals, though, you're really typing in their names. Teachers, it's Mr. or Ms. So Mr. Cash, for example. There you go. For students, it's their first name, right? And therefore, you can search that, and then you can refine that to their location if you know them. Otherwise, the other option up here again is a link. When I click on the drop-down menu, I have the option for Edit, Comment, View. Edit means that they can edit the document, so I share the link to them. They can actually jump into the document. Comment means they can see the document, but they can only make comments on it, so it doesn't change the original format of the document. View is basically like you're sending them in PDF, so they can really just view it. You also have the advanced features down here. This is something that you may want to check out with regards to sharing with students. You have owner settings, so you can prevent editors from changing and accessing and adding new people. So that might be something, and disable options, download, print, and copy, which is also very useful when you're working with documents with students. And again, you can go back here as well and change it, and you see a lot more features that you have available to you with regards to link sharing, and you can explore those a little bit more and see. Some of them are a little bit more wide open than others, and that's something to always be cognizant of when you're sharing documents.
And I can also show one other way here, Jay, if I can do a screen share here.
I'm going to jump off.
All right, and see if that is working. Hopefully, there we go. So again, if we wanted to share with the whole class and we were in this particular presentation or this drive here, so if this is the file I wanted to share, again, if I right click the same way that I shared a folder, I click on share, and then again, I can just decide if I want them to edit it, view it, as Jay was saying. And again, I type in S2452, depending on, again, that's my school code, whatever your school code might be. And if I wanted to share it with my entire grade 12 class, I put in my grade 12 class with the section, and it will search and find them all. And then that way, what will happen is every student in your class will get a copy of this in their email boxes, their Peel Gmail email boxes. And then you can have them edit it from there as well. So that way you can send it out to the entire class too.
Awesome. And I'm just going to, there's a few people on Twitter right now who's having a little bit of trouble connecting to the Hangout. So I'm just going to tweet out a direct link to the YouTube video that is going on. And Ahmed, how do you find with the students as far as sharing documents and that via Google Drive?
You know what, the kids love it, and you know, we use a combination of Google and also using Chromebooks, and my students just, you know, they were always nervous about losing documents, or, you know, their USB broke or whatever it might be, and the fact that in whatever Google application you're using, it saves every 3 seconds for them, and the fact that it looks the same on their phone, on their tablets, whatever they're logging in for, they love it. So I haven't really had a complaint yet about from students who are using Google Apps or using the Drive, and they love that everything's just in one spot and that they can access it wherever they are.
Yeah, I think that's one of the key features with Drive and any cloud storage, really, for that matter, is the fact that you can access it anywhere. So the whole, I forgot my presentation at home, I lost my USB drive, whatever it may be, you don't have those problems really anymore. I was the type of person who had multiple USB keys with files and different formats for files, and going through all those different places where I kept files and which one is the most updated version of that, and trying to figure out Google Drive, you keep it all in one spot, or any cloud storage really for that matter. It makes it a lot easier. The nice part with Drive as your cloud storage is that you have the editing features built right into it, so you don't have to download it to Word or something like that, even though OneDrive has now done that a little bit better as well. But all these give you those access. And yeah, and as some people on Twitter, Jonathan saying, because you have this unlimited storage, it's a great place for students to create a portfolio, or at least store the content for the portfolio. You know, videos, reports, anything written, pictures, all these things of their work, of their learning. You never have to worry about running out of room with it. You can store it all in one place, and because students can share it with you, you have access right to their file folders and that to check it out. If you take pictures or observations of their work, save it to your Google Drive, you can also, again, share it out with your students, and therefore you can have this kind of shared folder between you and student where they can continuously take a look at the work that that's being captured by you as a teacher, sharing it out with them, and they can access that, add comments to it, and you can have this ongoing conversation, which Tracy and Susan, I know, will get into a little bit more with docs. The commenting feature is huge.
And then one other thing I wanted to mention too, Jay, is I'll do another screen share here, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just wanted to show people, because there have been a few questions about Classroom. So if you create a class from Google Classroom, it creates a folder in your drive just for Classroom here. So this is my Classroom folder here, and these are all the different classes that I've got as well. And if I open up, again, my Media Studies class here, every time you put in a new assignment and a student submits an assignment to the drive, then it creates a folder, submits an assignment to Classroom, it creates a folder in your drive. So if I wanted to pull up a person's assignment from the beginning of the semester, these are all of my kids here and all of their assignments. I can pull it up, I can access it. So when we're thinking about things like parent-teacher night or something like that, if you want to be able to show parents the actual work that the students are submitting, you just go back to your drive and it's all there for you.
Awesome. Sorry, just trying to manage some of the conversations and comments from Twitter and on the TAC page. Yeah, the other thing, sorry, Ahmed, I was just going to say is that if you're on a, so I'm just going to screen share. If you're on a device such as your iPad, Drive is a little bit different. That's the one thing I should make mention of. Using Drive on a mobile device versus on a computer, it is a little bit different. If you're going to access any of those documents and edit them, you're going to need the actual apps for that. So one of the things that you're going to want to do with iPads or your iPhones is have all the different apps, Drive, Docs, Sheets, if you're going to use that a lot, Slides, Classroom, all of those things. Because once you access Drive on your device, you click on any of those documents, it will then open in the apps where you then edit it. So the apps play together, so you kind of need all of them if you're using a mobile device. But the other nice part with that is, if I can just, I'm going to share my entire screen. I took a screen share before. Oh, we're going matrix styles. Sorry. So one of the things is, if you're in any of the apps like Book Creator, for example, you can easily share to Google Drive by uploading and sharing right to your Google Drive. You're then prompted to enter your Google Drive account, and you can therefore share right to your Drive, which makes it nice and easy with regards to, I'm going to stop sharing. Hopefully everyone saw that. That might have got a little bit crazy there, I apologize. But it makes it nice that when you're working with apps on your device, you can easily upload documents and things right to your Google Drive. So capture the photos and everything of your students learning, upload it right to Drive, and you have it all in one spot. So yeah, we got about 1 minute left. So I guess we'll just kind of wrap this up and also make mention of the fact that the next Hangout is going on right after us at 1:30 with Tracy and Susan on Google Docs. You can access the Hangouts again through the TAC page that we sent out, and then you go to from there, it'll link you to the Google Plus page, and you click on the video that's right on that page by clicking the play button. Hopefully people don't have trouble. We'll try and tweet out a direct link right to the video as well to help people out. Amit, do you have last closing words?
No, just that I really like it. It's very intuitive. The apps you were mentioning, it's good to know too that all the apps are free, so you don't have to pay for any of them,
Oh,
which is also a
totally
bonus. Yeah, that's about it. And yes, that is my Paw Patrol picture in the background, in case you were wondering. That's all.
I always knew you were a Paw Patrol guy. I forget his
Well,
name already. Ryder.
there you go.
I
That's
knew
it.
that. All right. So thanks. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, pop into the next one if you want. If you have any questions about Google Docs and any questions unanswered, tweet us. We see some here. We'll try and answer them via Twitter as well. Awesome. See
Sounds
ya.
good. Thanks.